Hey guys, how we're doing here? I'm just going to film this as an addendum to the vents being painted. I decided to actually give this a go. So this is my old gear knob. You would have seen in one of my past videos that I actually replaced this one with a new factory one. But this I would really like to repaint so I could get the exact match to all the other painted interior parts as well. So I thought I'd disassemble this and give it a clean, and while I'm painting the vents I'll repaint this, because as you can see it's completely worn. There's just a tiny little bit of silver here, and this is completely gone too. Now to disassemble this, inside here is just a little clip. So what I decided with a precision screwdriver is to put it in here like this and then push against it on one side. Let's see if I can see this, and then it should just pop out. Hoping it's not actually glued in there. There we go. Now this, if you've got fingernails you can probably just yank it out. I prefer to push it at the same time. This might be a little difficult. I actually need one of these as well. It's not glued in. Side, and let's try this. There we go. It's popped off. Yeah, gooey. Yuck. So what I'm going to do is get this retrimmed. I'll give it a clean for now just to see how it pops up. But next is this part. There's 4 little indentations here, but we'll see. We'll try to pry it off and see if it comes off by itself. It's actually pretty loose. It's not a screw thread. I prefer to use the plastic one so there's no damage, obviously, because it's plastic. That's one. Stubborn little fella. Maybe I could push this in and help. Oops. There we go, that's one. Ka-chong. Alright, just let me go find where that went. It was just those 4 little clips that pop into this side. Alright, yeah, so just there's a valley here, so it just kind of clips over. If you pop it off like I just did, you should be fine. Yeah, it's gross. So I'm going to just price to see what this was just to get restitched. It shouldn't be this much. I can actually have a brand new gear knob again. Now, if we have a look here too, there's a couple of scratches on here, so I'm going to just try and sand this off. It's no biggie if it's damaged. This looks like there's glue or something on it again, just like with the console. If you saw I had this weird plastic glue or something stuck all over it that I cleared off, this seems to have the same stuff on it. So to do this, you can see here it's basically going to heat it up with a hairdryer. and just push on this slowly until it pops off, and then I can paint all this. And then I'll just give this a quick sand too to see if I can polish it up a little bit. Alright guys, so next is the hairdryer. See how we go. This actually fits in there perfectly, as you can see. So I'm just going to keep heating it and then keep pushing it out on this side and this side. We'll see how we go. Yeah, you can feel it breaking off now. Just slowly go around the edge gently. That should pop out. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to clean this with some, I guess a bit of WD-40 or something might clean this out. It actually looks like a tape adhesive or something like that, maybe 3M. Yeah, so, oops. So I'll clean all this off. Underneath, obviously, is not a problem. Everything's fine. Just let that cool down. So while it's here, we'll try and sand this off and clean this. Alright guys, just an update. I put some bicarb soda and some hot water in here just to get this goo off, because I don't have any goo gone or anything like that. So I'm just going to let it soak for a while and then use a toothbrush to try and get it all off. Gave this a quick wash too, so when I give it to the trimmer it doesn't look disgusting. So you can see how far the trim has actually faded by the bright redness of the threads down here. It's crazy. Look at that. Brand new here and it's completely gross. So that'll be a while, but I'll put that away and let it dry thoroughly since I've washed it. And yeah, I'll give you an update once that's done, and give the top a bit of a polish, and that'll be it until I paint them. Thanks guys. Okay guys, just an update, it's all done. Got the glue off of this. I'm not painting this one, so I won't be sanding it. This will just be going back on. I like how this looks. This will be painted the rest of the interior silver that I've done, including the collar. You can see all this little goo that got off, so I used a bit of, again, bicarb soda. Run around with a bit of hot water in my fingernail, just run it across, and yeah, finally got it off. So next we'll probably just give this a polish. So one tick. So I've been thinking about this. There's something called Permatex I can use in case I need to remove it again. I don't want to use super glue or maybe even 3M tape, but that might be too thick. So I might go with the Permatex, just a very slight drop on a couple of the corners and stick it back on. But before we do that, let's just finish off. There is a tiny little scratch on this, but unless I show you where it is, you'll never see it, so I won't. Yeah, it looks nice. Alright, so that bit's done. So I'll update this once I paint the vents, but this will take a while, so this will be later on down the track once I can get it trimmed and get to the trimmer. Alright guys, so yeah, back to the vents. Cheers. Okay guys, I'm just doing an update now on the gear knob. So my camera stand completely broke, so yeah, it's going to be all out of whack for now. But if we have a look here, this is the original. Just see if I can get some better light. Okay, so this is my original one, which I got trimmed. I decided just to see what it looked like if I'm painting it anyway. I think I've mentioned before. But yeah, you can see this is the factory one, and this is the one that I got trimmed. And you'll notice that they're actually two different styles, so I couldn't actually swap the pieces over that I wanted to. So this has a knob on it, and this had an open thread, and this was the factory one. So instead of using all these, I mean I could transfer this over, I guess. These are kind of useless except for this. So I pulled off the new stuff and I'm just going to sand this down. You can see here it just basically sits on there. Completely different to the other one, which made it hard to get out. So I'm just going to sand this down, repaint it, and then I'll stick this back together and we'll have one nice gear knob. I'm going to use double-sided tape for this as well. It was actually came off reasonably easy, obviously being a newer gear knob here. So the other one will be spare parts, and yeah, so completely different, I guess, because this was from a Lexus or something. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, slightly different in the thread too, even though it fits perfectly in the car. So next we'll sand these up, and I'll get those vents out, and we'll get to it. Cheers. Okay guys, you can see here, it's all sanded. I won't sand the vents as I've mentioned before, I'll go get those off the car tomorrow. And next will be the isopropyl alcohol, give them a really good clean, and then we'll be on to paint. Alright guys, cheers. Okay guys, well we're going to get the vents out today, the top ones here. Just while we're here too, to show you the Dashmat's been retrimmed with a nice red stitching to match. Makes it look a little bit more cohesive in here, which is nice, as well as protecting the dashboard. So yeah, let's get to this one. So as far as I know here, we push it up from this side here, and this is a slot kind of tab, so we pull it out this way. So I'll just position the camera and see what we can do. Popped out nice and easy, as you can see. There we have it. There's the slip tab. Okay, so just repeat the process on the other side as well. Okay, and there we have it. Cheers, guys. Alright guys, the vents are out. Not too dirty, which is good. They have a very fine texture on them, so I'm not going to actually sand these. They're a non-contact point, so I'm hoping the plastic primer will do its job. Well, yeah, they seem to be alright. Nice little Subaru logo there. This is left, and we got the right, which is nice. That's thoughtful. So we got those. I sanded these a little bit more last night after I made a bit of the video, but yeah, they're pretty much done. And we're going to use double-sided tape for the bits that need to stick on. We'll see how that goes. Alright, so yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to start cleaning and then the paint. Cheers. Oh yeah, earbuds as well if you need them. Isopropyl alcohol, that's what we're going to use. And a non-lint rag. This is a microfiber one, I think, just to help the painting with electrostatic bits of fluff floating around. Alrighty guys, so yeah, let's get to it. Okay guys, we've got everything set up. First thing is the plastic primer. That's what we're using today. Alright, so yeah, let's get onto it. Cheers. Alright, next is the base coat. From memory, sterling metallic silver, D6S or DS6. Okay, 2013 Toyota colour. So just get this one done and then just the base coat and we're over. Thanks guys. Okay guys, we've let it dry for a bit here. We've got the acrylic clear, as you can see here, that's the last of it, about 5 coats, and we'll let it sit overnight. We'll see how we go. Cheers. Okay guys, and there we go, they're all done. I'm just going to let these dry or cure overnight. These two for the gear knob, and we'll pop these back in and I'll show you the Dashmat properly. Okay guys, cheers. Okay guys, so I've left these now for a couple of days just to make sure it's cured or hardened correctly. These turned out really nicely. I went a bit heavy on the vents. Yeah, they're okay. So next we'll put the gear knob together, stick the emblem on afterwards when we get out to the car, so I know the orientation, and we've got the double-sided tape, and yeah, let's put it together. Okay, and that's the gear knob done. Obviously I put the emblem on in the car so I know which way it's orientated, but yeah, it's going to look like that. Turned out really nicely. And the vents. So yeah, this afternoon we'll go out and stick them on when it gets a bit cooler. Cheers guys. Okay guys, we're in the car. Just going to stick the vents in first, and I've taken off the dash mat so you can get a good look at what it looks like without. Okay, and then we'll put the gear knob on as well. So this should be easy with one hand. Just slide in, push down. Alright, well, I needed 2 hands for that. So you just got to come in and then at an angle. I'll show you with the tab. So slide in with this side first, and then try and get this tab seated in as well to push under. I'll see if I can do it on the other side now. One tick. Wrong side, slip in. And kind of angle it this way. There we go. There. Okay. Looks good. Look at that side. I'll reverse it out and get a proper look here, but you can tell it actually looks like it was meant to be factory. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, next gear knob. Okay, if I didn't tell you, probably wouldn't even know it's been resprayed. I can't believe I pulled apart a new gear knob, but yeah, that looks really, really good. So let's put that back on. Yep. Okay, next, double-sided tape onto here, and we'll stick it on there. Okay, double-sided tape. Set out and put on the Dashmat so you can see what that looks like, and yeah, this stage is done. Cheers guys. Okay guys, let's see what it looks like. Some will complain that it reflects up into the dash, but because I got a Dashmat it kind of covers that. Yeah, all now perfectly matched. It looks so much better. Excuse the dust though, I've got to really go to town and detail this properly. I'll go put the Dashmat on, we'll see how that looks. Okay, and that's with the Dashmat on with the red stitching accent. Makes it a bit nicer, maybe a bit more cohesive in the cabin there, but yeah, that's pretty much. I'll go around the driver's side. And there you have it. Okay guys, stay tuned, we've got a lot more stuff coming in. Just go here, it takes time. Right, thanks for watching, I'll catch you later on. Cheers.